And just like that, everything stopped. Planes were grounded, people were confined to their homes, businesses closed, cities and towns that were once congested lay empty. Where there had been noise, there was silence. Where there had been activity, there was calm. Because of one person's mistake in China, all of Western civilization, indeed virtually the whole world, came to a halt. We have been told to rest in our homes. People have been forced to cease their activity, to reduce their distractions, calm the frenetic pace of life, and stop. And perhaps what scares us the most is that there is nothing we can really do to stop this disease. There is no vaccine yet. Our best hope is to stay indoors, stay away from others, and wait for good news. And although this virus is having a catastrophic effect on our world, it pales in comparison to a far greater evil and worse disease. The Bible calls this disease sin. And maybe as the distractions of normal life have been quietened, you are ready to admit that you are not right with God. We are all infected with this virus. The Bible says all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And like Corona, there is nothing we can do. And yet sin is far worse. The result of sin in all cases is death and then judgment. But although we are still waiting for a cure for Corona, we need not wait for our salvation. God has already provided a way. Through the death and resurrection of his Son on the cross, he has made a way for a loving and yet righteous God to reconcile sinners back to himself. Our responsibility is simply to believe and rest in the work that Jesus has done. Ephesians 2 says, "It is by grace we are saved, and not by works." In order to be truly cured and eternally saved, we need to cease from our efforts and stop our attempts to be right with God in our own terms. We are not good enough on our own. The only way to salvation is through trusting in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Only this is enough. So as lockdown rolls on for another week, the most important question you need to answer is, do you have peace with God?